Hello, and welcome back to Neverwinter 2 Icewind Dale mod.
Welcome.
And it's time to talk
I've
to
been expecting you
Arendelle.
for some time now.
You have? Expecting us? How is that possible? We only just recently arrived in town.
Yes, well, bad news travels upon swift wings in these mountains. I know about your expedition from Easthaven. I know why you are here, for it was I who sent for you.
You sent for us? You must be Arendelle.
Yes, I am Arendelle, known to some as the Archdruid of Kuldahar. Though I invite you to dispense with the formalities and just call me Arendelle, plain and simple. Titles tend only to serve one's own vanity and aren't really of much use in this small mountain community.
You're the Archdruids, eh? Then I assume you can tell me what's going on around here.
Yes. It was I who sent Alistair to Easthaven for help. His death weighs heavily upon my conscience. For not only was he a student of mine, but he was also a friend and trusted companion. He will be missed, as will Hrothgar and the other members of your expedition.
You know about the Avalanche?
Oh yes, I know. I also know that it was no accident. Someone or something did not want your party to reach Kuldahar alive.
What is going on around here? Tell me, Arendelle, what troubles this town?
There are malevolent forces at work in these mountains. Forces that seek to undermine the delicate balance we Druids have struggled to preserve for centuries.
Malevolent forces? Can you be more specific?
Oh, would that I could. The face of the evil
Could
remains
have a word.
hidden, but its presence is unmistakable. All about us, there are signs of its damaging influence on the balance. The unnatural weather, the recent rash of abductions, the numerous monster sightings in the pass. These all point towards something sinister. Even the animals sense something is amiss.
Can you tell me more about the disturbances?
I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of?
Tell me of this unnatural
The
weather.
weather in these mountains has always been harsh, but never like this. Fierce storms ravage the valley without warning, often lasting for several days at a time, before vanishing as quickly as they come. It is barely midway into leafall, and yet the pass to the south has been snowed in entirely. Weather such as this is most unnatural. Nature presents itself in cycles that are predictable by those who know what to look for.
Can you tell me more about these disturbances?
I can only tell you of what little I know.
Tell me about the recent
Which
rash of
disturbances?
abductions.
Oh, yes. Terrible, terrible. At first, there were tales told by travelers of companions disappearing into the night, snatched up from their bedrolls as they camped along the narrow trail that winds through the pass. We did not think much of these tales, for such occurrences are not unheard of in these mountains. Then one night, Conlan's boy, Sheemish, went missing. The next morning, the whole town searched for the boy, but turned up nothing. He was just gone, vanished, without a trace.
That is strange indeed.
The boy was just the first. Several nights later, another disappeared. Megan Potts, the local midwife. Her husband, Khalil, was grief-stricken to the point of madness. With barely a word to anyone, he snatched up his sword and marched off into the darkness after his wife. No one has heard from him since. And now, the abductions are occurring more frequently. Iden, the old innkeeper from the Evening Shade, was taken only 3 days ago.
Can you tell me anything else about these
I can only
disturbances?
tell you of what little I
Yeah.
know. Which
Tell me about
disturbances
the
would you
monster
have me-
sighting.
As I'm sure you have noticed by now, there seems to be quite a few goblins about. It is not usual to see so many of their kind roaming the mountains so late in the year. It is almost as something has drawn them out of their holes, like carrion birds drawn to the scent of death. As if the goblins weren't enough, several giants have been spotted moving through the pass in groups as large as 10. That many giants traveling together in such numbers indicates they are organized and are acting with a singular purpose. I have watched their activities closely. Their tracks trace a deliberate pattern through the mountains, almost as if they were on patrol. Another thing, while I was out scouting the giants, I discovered other sets of tracks I have never encountered before. What manner of beast made them, I could not say. I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances
you spoke before of balance. What sort of balance are you talking about? Nature.
The balance. It is what the Druids of 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙 hold sacred and have worked to preserve for generations. It is all around us. It is us. Balance is the harmony that is achieved when man and nature learn to coexist, no longer contending with one another, but coming together as two parts of a whole.
You take this nature thing seriously, don't you? Can you tell me more about the disturbances? What can you tell me about the Druids of 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙?
Balance is the belief that this town is built upon, the very reason for its existence. Druids of Sylvanas, the Oak Father, have tended this shrine since the beginning. For hundreds of years, we have striven to achieve the ideal balance between man and nature. When settlers finally came to this pass, it was the Archdruid 𝕎𝕚𝕐, my predecessor, who laid the foundation for the relationship that led to the birth of this community.
Who's 𝕎𝕚𝕐? Doesn't matter.
𝕎𝕚𝕐 was the catalyst for the transformation of the shrine from a sacred grove to a thriving community in which man and nature exist as one. At first, settlers were kept away from this site. The Druids of old saw outsiders as an affront to the sanctity of the tree and its sphere of benign influence. They erected thorny brambles to keep intruders out, and used their powers to frighten away the men and women that came to build homes in a place they felt was obviously so close to the gods. It wasn't until the succession of Archdruid 𝕎𝕚𝕐 that things changed. Unlike his predecessors, he believed that the settlement of the valley was not only inevitable, but it was actually the will of Sylvanas. He also believed that we had been wrong in keeping the settlers away, and that the Oak Father had intended people to share in the miracle of the Great Oak from the beginning. When 𝕎𝕚𝕐 finally became Archdruid, he formed a plan to fulfill the destiny of this sacred site by bringing about a union between the Great Oak Shrine and the settlers. It was this union that the Archdruid 𝕎𝕚𝕐 believed would achieve the harmony that we had been striving for generations. The harmony between man and nature. As it stands, 𝕎𝕚𝕐 is a monument to this vision.
Nice.
The tree and town exist in a natural symbiosis, where it is next to impossible to tell where one leaves off and the other begins. But now, the balance is threatened.
Can you tell me more about, I see. So what we do about all this?
I fear that if we do not soon discover the source of these disturbances, then all that we have worked for will be destroyed. The evil that has come to these mountains infects this town like a disease. As its people suffer, so does the tree suffer from the sickness that attacks the balance, corrupting it with its very presence. Already, the circle of warmth that radiates from the Great Oak has begun to recede. We were forced to abandon the outlying farmsteads as a result of the shrine's fading power. If we do not take action soon, I am afraid that the life-giving warmth will cease altogether. Both the Great Oak and the town, nestled within its roots, will die. This must not happen. We need your help.
What? Help you? No. I like to help you, but really isn't anything I can do. Very well, together we shall root out this evil that threatens this town. What must we do?
I suggest you begin by investigating the Vale of Shadows. It is a place not far from here. Darkness has always clung to the floor of the small canyon, as if the light of the sun itself were wary of the place. There are a number of ancient crypts hidden within the shadows of the Vale's narrow cliff walls. There have been rumors of the dead awakening and emerging from their dusty tombs to walk once more amongst men. If these rumors are true, then I suspect that whatever is responsible for disturbing their slumber may be behind the other disturbances as well. Go to the Vale of Shadows, learn what you can about the happenings there, then return here and we shall discuss a course of action. Good luck, and farewell.
Also used as a charge to help you. Yep, okay. Let's go, guys. Let's do some stuff around town first. There's a tavern. Welcome, traveller. May I be of service to you? I would like to ask you some questions. I will help you if I can. What would you like to know? Who are you? I'm Lysan. I'm a barmaid. If you may be of service to you, you need but ask. What do you do here? As I said, I'm a barmaid. I take care of customers. I serve food and drinks, chat with folks, and listen to what they have to say. You learned a lot if you take the time to listen. Have you heard any rumors of you can share with me? Well, I hear the tales. Folks have been talking about the recent avalanche, the haunted vale, missing folks, monsters, and Arendelle. Let's see about the avalanche. I hear it was a bad one. The pass out of the valley being blocked and won't be open again until who knows when. Some folks are trapped here and none too happy about it. Not much that can be done. They'll just wait for spring and it will and see if it clears for the travel. You mentioned haunted vale. Can you tell me about it? Most folks call it the Vale of Shadows. It's always dark there, like twilight or a moonlit night. Anyway, there are those who say spirits of the dead wander the vale. Folks don't go there anymore. They're afraid to. Maybe someone should do something about that. Who is this Arendelle you mentioned? Arendelle, he's a local sage or hermit. I don't know rightly what to call him. Folks have a lot of respect for him, though anyway, I guess he's taken an interest in a lot of the going-ons around here of late. He's been seen out and about more than is usual for him. That's all I know. What were you saying about missing people? Folks have been vanishing without a trace. I recall something about a man's wife gone missing. He packed up and left this home and all to go find her. Another is Smithy's young son. You might want to talk to him if you have interest. You said something about monster. Are there a problem here? Sore subject that one is. It seems they're on the rise lately. More monsters are spotted in the surrounding countryside every day. Orcs, goblins, you know the like. It has people worried. Let me ask you. What can you tell me about this tavern? It's the best tavern in all of Kaldahar. Well, I think the food is good, the ale isn't watered down, and the service is friendly. Let me ask you something else. I would like to know more about Kaldahar. I don't rightly know what to say about Kaldahar. It's a bit of a wonder. I give it that. The only thing that allows the town to survive is the great tree and the warmth it provides. It doesn't seem right somehow. Not right? What do you mean by that? Oh, nothing, really. I'm just awed by the tree and all. Did you have more questions? Yes, if I may. Have you heard any rumors? Not right. Very well. You just... Wait, was your name Winthorpe? No, Whitecoat. Well now, it seems past cough up one more straggler. Welcome to the Root Cellar, stranger. Name's Wincombe. What's your pleasure? A drink? Something from the kitchen? A drink? Actually, a room. Sorry, but I can't help you, friend. Try the evening shade. Could I see what you have? No? No, okay. Okay, so, oh, you got a name. Keep your damn horses stabled. I'll get to you in a moment. Oh. Hey, what's this? Some sort of... excuse me? Ha! I'm just surprised to see a new face in 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙 is all. Thought I'd never see another customer. The past buried in the snow as it is. You must be looking for something fierce to brave this winter chill like that. I'm looking for a meal, if the kitchen's still open. I'm part of the expedition. Oh, is that so? Well, all should be blessed then. Our bone-carving neighbours. What's Easthaven worried about us for? We heard strange events in the region. Goblins, orcs, and other humanoids have been gathering Easthaven and 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙. Do you have any idea why? Nope, I don't. I mean, we've had our share of raiders before, but this year been worse than any other I can recall. How so? Well, I've heard the tales of raiders, goblins, and the like. Never seen in the past before. Folks, travellers have gone missing, and no one knows where. There's lots of strange going on. Got a lot of folks worried. You might want to speak to Arendelle if his beard's any sign. He's got a lot of knowledge to his years. You can find him in the base of the great tree. Here's the two-story house to the south and west. I mean, is there any place I could get a meal? Do you know where I can find a room? I'll go look for him, thanks. Alright. This is the temple. Nope, this ain't no temple. What do you have to say, town person? I mean, alright there, don't take another step closer. Who are you? How did you get through the pass? I mean no harm, what's wrong? We've had some troubles of late, and now we've got strangers in town that shouldn't have been able to make it through the pass. Care to explain how you got there? Well, part of the expedition from Easthaven, but not all of us made it. My sympathies for your fallen comrades. What happened? The pass is snowed in, and to make things worse, there was a horde of creatures in the pass, mostly goblins and orcs. I doubt any caravans will be through for quite some time. That's grim news indeed. I fear things here in 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙 are not much better. You may wish you stayed in Easthaven. I must take my leave. Very well.
This way. Come on, Slowpoke. Keep up.
Ready if you need me.
Oh, the temple's over that way, okay. But before I go to the temple, I know there's stuff to do up here. The place that I was staying at.
Well met.
Who are you? I'm NwN2, and maybe having your head way up there don't make you hear so good. Do you want a room or not? My inn's the only inn in town, so don't even be thinking you'll find a better deal anywhere else. My head may be up here, half-man, but my fist would be happy to swing down and pay you a visit if need be. That's so. Well then, I got no time to sit here and bandy threats with you. Either state your business or get out of my inn and take your stink from the road with you. So, this is your inn. Yeah? Why? Somebody in town saying different? Never mind. Oh. You won't mind if I go looting about? That's a little. I'm a thief. Ha ha ha. Yes. Okay. What was this I just found? The simple silver ring bears an inscription on the interior. It looks like the inscription was carved there by an expert silversmith. To the people of 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙, should even fall upon me and my life be no more, I leave the evening shade to you. Please care for her as I did. Eden, last of the line of the... Oh. Something tells me this ain't your place then. It belongs to 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙 and her people. So I'm saying different. Unless you want my bugbear to tell you something. This is your inn? Well, I found this ring upstairs. It seems to put the ownership of Evening Shade in question. What? This ring has the inscriptions on the inside. It looks like the real claim to this inn. Why would you be the owner when this claim says different? Oh, so now you've stooped to forcing your way into locked containers in people's houses, have you? Before you accuse me of doing anything wrong, maybe you should look to yourself what you are doing, breaking and entering. Oh, so you knew it was locked upstairs. Oh, no, I didn't know it was locked upstairs. Look, I don't have to explain anything. You're right. I will take Eden's ring to the elders of the town and let them decide how to deal with this. Perhaps they could call on Eden's Shade with the ring and speak to him about this. Justice must be served. Look, hold on. Here's what's happened. First off, I never laid a hand on Eden. So Eden is dead. Well, yeah, but it's not my fault. I come into the inn one night after barely making my way through 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙 Pass, and there he is, laying on the floor of the inn, cold as a stone. Now, I'd be through the pass before he even talked with the old fool a bit, and I knew he didn't have any family. What did you do with the body? There'd be rumors of people missing, so I buried the body outside of town, and then, well, I dug up some pen and ink and set up a claim. Granted, I stripped him of his belongings, and I should have thrown away that damn ring, but look, I'm not doing any harm. He didn't have any family, and this town needs an inn. So why did you do it? You probably won't be able to sell this place, you know. The storm season closes off caravan routes too often to turn any profit. I know, it's just that I don't know. I'm sick of travelling, and I suddenly got the urge to settle. Blame the halfling in me, I suppose. At least I didn't try to plant myself in some glorified mole burrow and smoke a stinkweed pipe until I die of boredom. Well, it's all good you didn't hurt Eden. You shouldn't have hid the body and falsified the claim. There were people here that probably knew him and cared for him, and they would have liked to have paid their respects. Besides, As Elden Ring state, the inn belongs to Kaldahar, not you. What you did was wrong. Yeah, well, before you start getting any more preachy on me, seems that you need to stop your habit of breaking and entering. That stinks of a thief, and by my reckoning, that puts us at about the same level. Fair enough. Nonetheless, I want to speak to the town elders and let them know what you've done. If you don't, I will speak to them. Wait, what? Look, what's to keep me from getting out of town? Well, you won't get far. An avalanche has sealed off the pass, and plus there are raiders scaring the mountains. Just confess to the elders. Alright, damn it. I'll go talk to them now. Stop bothering me. Good, I'm looking for... Yeah, I get... Woo! Right. Now there's into Airship. There is a lot to do around here. Why are these cows badly wounded? Oswald. Oh, hello there. I didn't see you come in. What can I do for you? Who are you? Of course, introductions. How rude of me. Sometimes I just get so wrapped up in my work. The name's Oswald. Oswald Fiddlebender. What is this place? Why, this ship is my home. At least it has been since I crashed here over a year ago. I know. She's not much to look at. But someday I'll have her back in one piece and in the air once more. In the air? You mean this contraption can actually fly? Of course it can. Or at least it could. Once you should have seen it. It was amazing. It was like sailing on the sea of clouds. She is my greatest invention yet, you know. A flying boat, eh? That is truly amazing. I'm glad you think so. I call it an airship. Isn't that wonderful? Airship, as in it is a ship that floats upon the air. Get it? It's really quite clever when you think about it. Yes, clever. Why would you build such a strange device? The passes through the spine of the world are fraught with many dangers. The caravans that travel between the Southlands and the 10 towns must brave not only the treacherous terrain, but all the nasty creatures that inhabit it as well. I simply sought to find an alternative route through the mountains, or in this case, over them. So how did you end up in Kaldahar? Yes, well, that's a rather embarrassing story. You see, when I attempted the crossing on the airship maiden voyage, I was the only one aboard and had a bit of trouble convincing anyone back in Brynshanda to crew with me. Go on. Anywho, I managed to get the ship airborne and I was making excellent progress over the mountains. It really was a magnificent view. The billowing clouds, the snow-capped peaks that shimmered like a diamond in the sunlight. I was so immersed by the beauty of it all that I didn't notice the outcropping of a rock until it was too late. You hit a mountain. What happened next? Well, the collision ripped the bottom of the ship wide open, the steering mechanism was badly damaged, and the ship began to lose altitude. I tried desperately to keep it afloat, but down we came, falling from the sky like a stone. It is by sheer luck that I crashed here in the town of Kaldahar. Lucky indeed. Tell me, what is it you do here? I am an inventor of sorts. I make things that are meant to improve the lives of others. Like this ship, for instance. I also dabble in alchemy. Would you care to sample some of the potions I have concocted? Sure. What sort of potion do you have? Okay, you know what? I see. Do you have any potions that we might find useful? Very well, let's see what you have. I know why those cows are in poor condition. But dang it. Now I have to go sell stuff to this guy. Unless the last place I want to go to is up there. Much better than this crap hole. Oh. If you no speak up on 𝕎𝕚𝕙 like that goblin scum, prepare to die, you filthy run. Who are you? Me 𝕎𝕚𝕙. Who you? I'm Talithia, who lives here. Surely this tower cannot belong to you. No, tower belongs to master. 𝕎𝕚𝕙, only servant, cleans tower, makes beds, cook tasty food for the master. The master? Who is your master? 𝕎𝕚𝕙. The master. Great wizard the master is. 𝕎𝕚𝕙 serves the master, so one day he can be great wizard too. I see. I wish to speak with 𝕎𝕚𝕙. The master is in study. Through door. Go in if you want to speak with the master. 𝕎𝕚𝕙 not allowed in study. Master keeps powerful magics in their books prepared. The wizard things that 𝕎𝕚𝕙 does not understand. Thanks, 𝕎𝕚𝕙. Farewell. Well now, what have we here? It's been a long time since I have had guests. Welcome, my name is 𝕎𝕚𝕙. What brings you to my humble home? I'd like to ask you some questions about the disturbances. I'm interested in potions and spells. Very well, what do you... spells? I'm not in... okay. I might as well sell my jewelries to this guy. That type of stuff. Right, okay. Got a name, you? Run! The fail! Filled with yetis! Tried to outrun them, but two of them still chasing me. Run! Get up! Hey.
Time to kill. Time to kill. If you think you're so tough.
Greetings, weary traveler. Are you in need of aid? Yes, I am a stranger to this town. Perhaps you could tell me what service I might find here. Of course. What service in particular do you seek? My things. Could you tell me? I think you know what? I just want to go in. Is this 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙? Greet, friend. You are welcome to the House of the Bleeding Rose. May the healing hands of 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙 lift you burdens and set your tortured soul at ease. Sister Kellyanna, I presume. I was told you could provide the service of a healer. You have been informed correctly. As acting head of this temple, it is my privilege to bestow whatever aid I can upon those in need. No small task, I might add. What's with all the trouble that plagues this town of late? Acting head of this temple, who is normally in charge? Up until a few weeks ago, revered Mother Kellyanna presided over this house. Alas, she, like so many others in town, has gone missing and is presumed dead. Being the next highest ranking member of the clergy, I have assumed the duties of the head of this temple until either she or Reverend Brother Parkwin returned. You mean to tell me the head priest was abducted? Perhaps. We're not quite sure. She grew tired of standing by while the people around us were being snatched up in the night, so she decided to hold a midnight vigil on the outskirts of town in hopes that she too might share in the suffering of those taken. That was my last we saw of her. Her fate remains a mystery. Yeah, you mentioned a Reverend Brother Parkwin. Brother Parkwin is a visiting senior priest of 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙. He passed through Kaldahar several days ago, and I pilgrim to the monastery of the Weeping Lilac in Branchanda. He travelled quite a ways, all the way from 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙. Whoa! I believe is what he said. He must be from those distant regions, for he bore a holy symbol of 𝕎𝕚𝕥𝕙 that was unfamiliar to me. In any case, he promised to return with aid once he reached Branchanda. I hope he is alright. Fascinating. Now, about that healing, what aid can you offer? Okay, what do you offer? Okay, that's it. Right. I'm gonna end the episode off here. Hopefully Astro will be in the next one. But yes, thank you for watching. And
Yes.
shall see you
Here, follow me.
in the next episode of
Yes?
Icewind Dale. Mod Neverwinter Nights 2. Thank you and goodbye.
Everyone follow me.
Yes.